Hello and welcome to an application video using Lily & Fox nail rips. This one is Everlasting Love. I did a poll in my local group to see which set I should wear this week, and these are my choices: Heartfelt Dreams, Bubble Pop, or A Game for Two. And this one here was hands down the winner. So let's put them on. If you watched my last video, you would have seen me prep my nails for this, and I've already applied one base coat. So now that this coat's dry, I'm going to open this and then put a second coat on. And I have a paper towel next to me as my rubbish bin. How pretty are they? I have my base coat and my top coat. These are my favourite, hands down. I've tried multiple combinations and that's always worked best for me. And my three favourite application tools: scissors, file, and the rubber end there. Nice and bendy for applying. So I'm going to put another base coat on. Make sure you give it a good shake. I've had no issues with this base coat. So the reason I apply 2 layers of base coat is, for whatever reason, it just protects my nails. As I said in my last video, my nails are super soft, so they just need that extra layer between them and the wraps, because the wraps can be quite drying. And for whatever reason, I find 2 layers of the Orly Bonder base coat works better than 1. I did try 3 layers once and that was a bad mistake. They got really brittle and just the wraps just broke off. So 2 layers is the good number. I've not done a very good job of it tonight, but you want to avoid flooding your cuticles. If your base polish is bunched up into your cuticles, your wraps will try and do the same, and they can sort of lift because of it. But since I only wear my wraps, maybe change them every 7 days, I'm not too worried. You can get a little cuticle pusher or a wee tool or something and try and tidy up the edges. Oops, make sure I'm trying to stay in the screen. I'm really good at popping out a screen. Hopefully that's better. Yeah. That will do the job. Alright. It can go away. So from here you pick your sizing. Now I know my sizing. My sizing is literally the first 5. Although I can get away with either that size or that size for my pinky, so I can choose which design I'd like on my little finger. I think today I'm happy to have every single finger different. So from here I like to remove the clear protective cover, and the easiest way to do that is to remove the centre strip, which I probably should have done while my fingers were dry. Now you can get a piece of tape. I am too lazy, so I just do that half back onto that, and you can see it's picked up the 5 layers. A piece of tape, you know, I've got tape here. This works for me. So this is how I do it. Got the coordination sometimes, and you just make sure you've got all 10 pieces. And there's my rubbish. Another way is you can peel them off single and they stick to your fingers. So if you flip that onto the back, it actually sticks down onto that for some reason. So from here you pick your sizes. I'm going to put it that way so I know it's thumb from largest to smallest. There's my thumb. This is, although it's the second largest wrap, my second largest finger, widest finger, is my middle finger. So you just double check your sizings. You see that's perfect width, but the cuticles of that nail is a little more circular than the wrap itself. So you can cut the wrap to match the shape. I normally do that on this finger. It's much worse. Or you just pull it back further so it's not touching your cuticles. So thumb, middle finger. My next widest finger is my ring finger. That's a beautiful colour, which sits there. Of course, my next widest finger is my first finger. Just that one there. Now my first finger is actually a little more narrow than the wrap. The wrap's a little more narrow than my finger, so that will need to stretch to fit. The perfect wrap size for this finger is actually the one I put on my ring finger, but if I put this one on that finger, then this one here is far too narrow for my ring finger. Although if I really want the set to be the other way around, I will make it work. It just involves extra stretching for it. So this is the combination, this is the layout I have. From here I can decide if I want it to face that way or turn it around and face that way. But I think I like it this way. And then same with this. Which way do I want, which side do I want the little filigree pattern to be on? This side or that side? I think I like it like this perfectly. And the thumb. Thumb inside or outside? Actually not too sure. But I do my thumbs last. I feel like that way. So application, I always start little fingers first and work my way in, and my using fingers I do last so that they're free till the end. I don't take this long to do my own nails. I'm just doing a little extra demonstration for the video. Yes, so I pop it back down on the backing. It gives me a bit more control, and because I have wee kids I can always put that down, go look after a kid and come back. You just don't want to leave it to the elements too long in case it hardens up while you're away. So concave that so you can see where the centre line is and match it up to your finger. And if you're confident that that's sitting centre, perfect, press it down. Now normally just rubbing it with your finger is good enough. You can see the wee line where it is, So I'll cut that off now. Right at the tip of the finger, there's still a little space there. And then I will roll that over the tip of my finger. And that is where it will stay until I've done all 10 fingers, or at least on one hand. However way I choose to do it that day. So I'm going to do these 3 fingers first, and then I'll do the other 3. Now you can wrap it like that, but you don't necessarily have to. It just means that bit's not annoying you. You know, being that nice. Center it up. Down the center, and then roll it down the sides. Now see the little wrinkles there. Now I can get those out with my finger, but that's what I use. Also can use the wee silicone tool for. And it just pushes down those bubbles. Make sure you roll it over the tip. I will choose to not cut this side. No, not pushing it together, just a little curvature, because your nail naturally curves that way too. Find the center. And breathe. Really good at holding my breath. So this is the one I will definitely use my tool for. It gets all the wee air bubbles out. Make sure it's pressed down. And it doesn't hurt to push my cuticle back with it too, to make sure it's firmly pressed down the edges. So someone asked, how do I not cut my nail when I do this? I've actually got the side of the scissors against the tip of my nail. Like on like that bit when I'm cutting, just on the edge there. If you're not sure, then just do the underside. Just give yourself like a millimeter space there. I'm not too sure which way I want that flower. Realistically, when you work with your hands, you're looking at it from this angle. I think I want it this way. I think the stripes on the side of my finger would be annoying for me. So if you wonder how I peel this off, I get my first finger, basically I lay it like that, catch my thumb underneath it, peel it off, and now I can straighten this up, like brace myself with that finger, straighten it up, put it down halfway. You just want enough wrap sticking out to match the length of your nail, or a little bit longer than that. And now I can use this bit here, peel it off, and I hold the sides, poke the middle down gently, and I just realized this wrap is slightly on the wide side, so I'm actually going to bring this back even more because I need to stretch the width of this wrap just a fraction to match my nail. Now only do this if your wraps are warm, and my hands are very warm, so the wrap is warm too. I did learn if you do it while the wraps are cold, they get brittle. Now it's harder to bend that, but we got there. It does change the shape slightly. Am I in? I am in camera. Slightly forgetting what I'm doing here. The other side of this tool is a little cutter. Just going to cut that hangnail with it, and that one if I can. Sometimes if my wraps overlap the side, I can use that just to slice the side off as well. So, I think I missed a cuticle there. But one side half done. Now I'll get the other side done. I planned to stop before that one, but I forgot. But it's the thumb I use to pick it out, so left thumb will be my last wrap to put on. So yeah, I bend it down so I can see where my nail ends and then work on it from there. And double check the width as you go, because that nail is also slightly wider. My dominant hand is a fraction wider. Try to take the paper with it. Just a fraction. It looks a little wider. That's now annoying me, so that can come off. It just keeps hitting that there and interfering with my line. Now this one I may need to trim. Yeah. So I really don't like, can you see that okay? See how if I want it to not touch my skin, it's going to sit that far out from the centre of my cuticle. So I'm going to like go there and just trim it to match the shape. So yes, I do eyeball it. It is easier to cut it with the clear coat on the top. The thicker it is, the easier it is to trim without it slipping on you. But I have already removed that because it was easy to do so at the start. Double check that one last time before I trim more off. Just a fraction right there. Alright. Yeah. See, that shape's way better for my cuticle. So, yeah, start by lifting that corner. It's still trying to take the paper with it. And then finger, catch that corner down, peel it away, halfway down, or whatever length your nail is. Get that little bend in it. Take your time. Yeah, that looks good. Center line and roll the sides down. Push basically center outwards. If that's not wanting to go down properly, you can either grab your tool or just trim first. Whatever reason, if you just trim that first, it has less to work with, so it conforms better. So now that should be easy to push out, but I'll still use this tool just for my middle fingers especially. Done. And I wasn't sure about the back of that. Right. First finger. Now, dominant hand is wider, so this will need stretched also, and quite a bit more than my left hand did. So make sure it's warm, because this one needs to be a little more malleable than the other one was. I think malleable is the right word. Like I said, I'm good at just eyeballing it. But if you know the width it's meant to be, which is that finger, you can actually just find that wrap. And check the size against that, which is pretty good. In fact, that's probably good enough. Once you stretch it out like that, you do kind of want to get it on quickly, because if it goes cold it will shrink up again. And I know that that's just a nail underneath, unfortunately. I should have buffed it down a bit better. But hey. I can't fix that bit there. The top coat will smooth it out. Right, this bit here. Now, the rips are normally a fraction wider or just perfect. For my thumbs, I would like to trim a little bit off that. And for whatever reason, although my dominant hand is wider than my other hand, my thumb is not, which is quite funny. Just why you check your sizes. I'm going to separate these two now because I want to keep them on the right sides. Trim them first, both of them. So just cut it down the center, making sure I've got enough white backing there so I can peel it off easy. Just a sliver off this side. And these are always printed slightly off center, so I'll cut the wider side. Smaller sliver. That's normally enough. Yep, perfect. Now, since I want to cut this side here, I have to flip it that way. For some reason I struggle cutting it on the white side. I think my eyes are tired. A little bit more. I think that is enough. I did not cut very well for some reason. That's okay. We'll just do what we do, and the top coat will fix anything else. So, I'm doing my right thumb first because again, I'm lifting that with my left thumb. So, lift it up, pop it down, give yourself enough space to get it on your nail. Check the sides, that's pretty good to me. Oh, my cuticles look so bad. It's alright, if anyone wants to see my nails, I'll show them my left hand because it looks better. Just checking, it's definitely nail and not near bubble. I'm quite firm with my pushing too. Actually, it might be the base coat. I'm not sure I did too good a job with the base coat. Done. Done, done, done. Now they're on. Now I've got all these little bits sticking up. So, let's check they're all pressed. And then I'm happy as Larry. And then I'll file the ends off. So, instead of ruining this towel, I'll pop that rubbish there. Paper towel. It's easier to pick up rubbish, isn't it? Just moving a few tools. Now let's get this filed off. So, nicely cleaned, freshly cleaned file. And I start the corners, work my way to the centre of the nail wrap. If you see it hanging off just by like the tiny corner, I learned to not just pull it off because it sometimes will take half the wrap with it. You're better just to keep filing till it's off. And I don't know how well the camera is focusing on that, but you just watch it slice off like butter. So Lily and Fox, when you place an order with them, they come with a little pink file too. And while I prefer to use a longer file, sometimes that little pink file is the one I prefer to do glitter sets with, because it just slices through faster, but it's chunkier. Whereas this one's a little more delicate and gives a bit better control. But it can take longer. But because this is the end of the day, kids are in bed, I don't mind taking an hour to do my wraps. It's like a little bit of self-care once a week. And I have a loving, supportive husband who lets me, because I don't consider it an essential expense. He's very sweet. Sometimes he'll come home and go, oh, give me a look, show me your nails. So you do need to clean your glass file regularly, because the adhesive does clog it up. Everything I've learned is completely self-taught. It's through asking questions, YouTube videos. So I'm not a professional. Everyone goes, oh, you can, I've heard some people say you can run your glass vial under hot water with a little bit of soap to clean it. And to me, it just doesn't work. So I have resorted to dumping my whole vial into a bottle of acetone-based remover. So I don't use acetone remover on myself, but it works really well to clean the tools. Just soak it for half an hour, pull it out, and then scrub it under warm water with a nail brush, a soft brush. And I'm always amazed at how well it works when I do that. And how little pressure is actually needed on my file, on my nails. So they say don't scrub, let the file do the work. You can see I was doing it nice and slow. So when all the end bits are off, I like to double check the underside as well, because if the wrap's sticking out too far, then it starts to catch on things when I'm working throughout the day. So I'll just double check it. I can't really see the wrap from this side. And when you file, you're kind of filing on an angle that way, so that the wrap is slightly longer than the nail, but not sticking out from the nail. I hope that was seeable. So, this is a very, very cute little Valentine set. Yeah, if you guys got any plans for Valentine's Day, feel free to let me know in the comments. And you're more than welcome to share my videos. I'm not paid for this at all. I put up a couple videos and I was surprised at the response I got on my personal page. So I thought I'd start up a little nail page as well and just put everything on there. So that's just for fun. Hey, if I decide one day that to go ahead and learn how to do this properly and get paid, that'd be amazing, being a stay-at-home parent. But yeah. This looks pretty good to me. And I think this is a really cute set for shorter nails. So I can't actually, you notice my length of my nails, I actually can't shorten them too much because the skin underneath is right there. You know, sometimes I actually try and push it down so that I can cut my nails. But that there is the skin. So people saying that, oh, you just trim your nails and they're still long. I was like, I literally cannot trim them any shorter. I have to file them shorter if I want short nails. But so this to me is short nails. And I love that I still got the full heart on them. So, ready to top coat. I tried a few top coats. Obviously everybody's chemistry is different, so what I can wear you may not be able to, you might find something else. Sally Hansen Miracle Gel Step 2, the silver bottle. It works well with the wraps, but I find it dries too hard and can go brittle. This one seems to have like the natural flexibility as your nails do, so it just works well and it's extra shiny and it just lasts a week. I find a single coat's all I need, but again I change my wraps every 7 days, maybe 9-10 days max. I don't feel the need to wear them for 2 weeks straight. So I dab it there and then I go nearer the base. And I do my very best with my left hand because my left hand doesn't like me. And try to cap the tip. Give the bottle a good shake before you do hand. One thing I've noticed with CND Vinylux is that I get through half a bottle and then it's too gluggy to use. So I read somewhere that I've not been shaking the bottle enough to mix it properly. So that is what I remind myself to do this time. Okay, that's too streaky for me, so I'm going to put another layer on, slightly thicker. Too thick. Can't win. Far too thick. And I'm going to tap it upside down. I hope gravity helps it. I don't think it helped much. That's fine. Next finger. If you muck around too long with it, you just make it worse. If you have nail showing outside of the wrap, try to coat that too, because it just seals everything down. And cap the tip. Upside down. That's good. Good. This hand's, don't want to jinx it. This hand's easier. So yeah, I always do the awkward hand first, because I like to end on a good note. Stop messing it up. Okay, put it away before I make it worse. Now you can tidy the cuticles up if you want, or they just kind of peel off tomorrow. I'll go to bed in about 20 minutes because this will be dry. I love how quick CND dries as well. How cute is this? I'll take some photos tomorrow. Something I can put a thumbnail on or something for the video. But oh, these are pretty. Good choice, guys. Those that voted this set, good choice. I wonder if we can change the colour of the light and see if that makes a difference. Not really. Oh well, that is my video. That is me done. I will put things away in a minute. I hope it was helpful. Hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, catch you later.